CloudTalk versus Synthflow. Which one of these voice agents is going to be the better pick for your business? Now, on the surface, they may appear to offer similar features, but the reality is they are entirely different approaches. So in this video, I'm going to do everything I can to break down both platforms side by side. We're going to talk about features, pricing, and real results. And that way you can figure out which one fits your team without overcomplicating your stack. Let's get into it. Now, before we do get started, I do want to say I will have links to both of these tools down below for you to get started. If you do start with CloudTalk, you are going to get an extra 15% off your first 3 months, as well as 50 AI voice agent minutes included with a 14-day free trial. No credit card required. Now, before we do any type of comparison, let's really get clear on what each of these tools actually are, because their approaches are fundamentally different. First, CloudTalk. CloudTalk is a cloud-based business phone system built for small and medium-sized sales and support teams. They are an established call center solution with more than 10 years on the market, and they're trusted by over 4,000 customers worldwide, which is important to note because they have over 160 plus international numbers, IVR menus, call routing, recording, analytics, CRM integrations, and more. Basically the full stack. And now with AI voice agents directly on top of all of that. Their agent is called CT, and it handles inbound and outbound calls in over 60 languages. And the distinction we want to start with is CloudTalk is not just an AI voice agent. It is the entire phone system, the dialer, the analytics, and the AI all in one. I do have a dedicated video covering everything you need to know about CloudTalk if you do want to learn more, link down below. Now, let's talk about Synthflow. This is an AI voice agent builder. It was founded in 2023, and the platform lets you design voice workflows with a visual flow builder. You could also test agents with simulated calls, but to be clear, Synthflow is the voice AI layer only. So that is a major difference of both of these brands. Synthflow does not come with a phone system or phone numbers, call routing, or a dialer. You're plugging it into whatever infrastructure you already have. Now, let's talk about key features. First, inbound call handling. This is where the gap really shows up quick. CloudTalk gives you a complete inbound system. The AI agent answers, qualifies, and routes based on intent and escalates to a live rep with full context if the conversation gets complex. And that means no dead ends for your callers. Your IVR, your call flows, your analytics, your AI, all running on the same platform. On the other hand, Synthflow can handle inbound calls, but you are building that experience on top of a separate phone system. And that means your routing lives in one place and your AI lives in another, and your analytics might live in a third. For any small and medium-sized business without a dedicated ops team stitching that together, that creates gaps, and those gaps on inbound calls means missed revenue. Next, let's talk about outbound plus inbound. CloudTalk covers both directions. On the outbound side, you get a full AI sales dialer, which includes the parallel dialing, the power dialer, voicemail drop. And then on the other hand, Synthflow doesn't natively offer that to SMBs. If your team does outbound prospecting alongside inbound support, CloudTalk handles both without having to add another tool. And I did start to hint at this earlier, but we do need to talk about language support. CloudTalk supports over 60 languages and accents. Synthflow lists about 30-ish. So if you are an SMB with international customers calling in, that coverage matters. You'll definitely want to take a look at both websites to get a sense of which languages they cover. One of CloudTalk's customers, Autenti, they needed Polish language support for inbound. That was a blocker with other platforms until they found CloudTalk. Now, integrations. Any good tool is gonna have key integrations. With CloudTalk, they have over 100 native integrations. We're talking about HubSpot, Salesforce, Pipedrive, Zendesk, Zoho. All of them are plug and play. Synthflow does list 200 plus integrations, but SIP trunking with platforms like Talkdesk, Five9 and AirCall is only available on their enterprise plan. And if that is important to you, look into the platform-specific limitations. For example, AirCall doesn't support standard mid-call transfers, and Five9 enforces a hard 12-hour call limit on SIP trunks. Again, for a small and medium-sized business on a lower tier plan, that's friction you find out about after you've committed. And personally, that's why I love making videos like this, to help you look into the specific details to make sure you start with the right tool. And now this takes us to pricing. Let's start with CloudTalk. CloudTalk's phone system, it's gonna start at $25 per user per month. On the AI side, they offer a free AI receptionist tier, which includes 50 minutes in your first month for inbound answering, FAQ responses, and routing. When it comes to the full AI specialist, which handles multi-step workflows, lead qualification, appointment booking, and payment processing, this starts at $349 per month with 1,000 minutes included. And if you are a high volume team and you're gonna be doing over 10,000 plus minutes, you can get custom pricing that starts around 15 cents per minute. And that means one predictable bill for your phone system and AI. No separate AI provider cost on top, as well as no maintenance costs to try to stitch those together as well. Now, Synthflow doesn't publish straightforward per user pricing the same way. Their model is usage-based, and because of their structure, your actual cost depends on which AI provider you use and how much volume you run. So on paper, it looks lean, but the real monthly numbers for a small and medium-sized business can end up significantly higher once you add the AI provider bill and whatever you're paying for your phone system separately. In my opinion, I've looked at a lot of these tools. The bottom line on pricing is CloudTalk gives you one predictable bill for your phone system and the AI. Synthflow gives you the voice layer at a listed rate, but the total cost of ownership is a lot harder to pin down. So it's hard to tell if it's worth it. Now, who are these tools for? Look, if you are a small and medium-sized sales team, support team, or ops team that wants AI voice agents working inside your phone system, and you don't have a developer or a dedicated ops team to wire things together, CloudTalk is the move. No code setup, 100+ native integrations, human handoff built in, and a full outbound dialer on top, which if you haven't seen the parallel dialer, you definitely need to take a look at it. Your team can launch an agent without writing a line of code, and your inbound calls are covered from day one. With Synthflow, this is for a different buyer. Now, if you already have a phone infrastructure locked in and you want a visual builder to design custom voice workflows, Synthflow can deliver, especially at enterprise scale. It is a strong tool for teams that have resources to manage a multi-vendor stack and to ensure all systems are operational. As I mentioned, I've reviewed the best VoIP phone systems, and for most small businesses, teams that need to handle inbound calls better, qualify leads faster, and stop missing opportunities after hours, CloudTalk wins this one. When it comes to inbound call handling specifically, having the AI, the routing, the analytics, and the phone system all in one place isn't just more convenient, it's what actually keeps calls from falling through the cracks. And that is a huge difference for SMBs. If you're ready to get started with either tool, click the first links down below in the description, and don't forget you'll get an extra 15% off your first 3 months when you get started with the link and the code down below for CloudTalk. And hey, if you got value from this video and you want more like this, subscribe. If you have any questions or you want any other comparisons like it, drop it in the comments below. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.